Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Carlos Robledo along with Jake Berry, and we are back here talking basketball. History made across the Rio Grande Valley this week. In Mercedes, the Lady Tigers in the playoffs for the first time, or not in the playoffs for the first time, but they're district champions for the first time in 29 years. So congratulations to them. In Donna, the boys are in the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. And at Robert Vela High School, the girls team, they are district champions. In the short 2-year history of the school, they were able to put it together.
Yeah, all those teams played really well all year. Vela did it with defense. Weslaco was just deadly on both sides of the ball. They've got probably the best post in the valley. And Mercedes, with that size and that speed, they're a tough matchup.
Yeah, Mercedes, they were a little disappointed because they were trying to win it on Friday night, but they were upset against Roma at home. But they did it on Tuesday night, beating Mission in a great game right there. We'll hear from the girls in a little bit, but first, let's talk a little bit about Weslaco. We've been talking about the Weslaco Lady Panthers all season long. The Lady Panthers, 31-5A district champions, back-to-back. How far can they go in the playoffs? Because this is when they've been blowing out their competition, but now things are going to start to get a little bit tougher for them. They're going to be matched up against someone in 32-5A, and then they're going to go on to the next round and hopefully to the third round and so on and so forth.
Well, usually what happens is that a team like Weslaco, they'll go and they'll play all the way up to Laredo, and that's when they'll find their first real competition. But Laredo is not as tough as they've been in the past. So I see this team going to, usually you'd go to San Antonio, but you're going to go to Pan Am this year. So I can see them going all the way to Pan Am, which is the Sweet 16.
Which is the Sweet 16. You're exactly right. All right, so let's take a look at the highlights. It was Weslaco versus Weslaco East. That was built as a game that maybe, Weslaco East might be able to make it a close game. They've been all, blowouts for the Weslaco Lady Panthers. Coach Cromer, they had already played them once. He was trying to design something to go up against Weslaco, but it was all Weslaco Lady Panthers. So let's take a look at those highlights. It was another dominating performance by the Weslaco Lady Panthers. Here they are against the Weslaco East Lady Wildcats, trying to clinch that district championship. Angela Villarreal scores it right there. Then again, it's more Angela Villarreal. It was 10 quick points for the Lady Panthers. Villarreal had 8 of those. Lady Wildcats didn't give up. This is Brittany Diaz. She's working it there off of the glass. But Weslaco just too tough for everybody in 2014. Megan Perales right there on the inbound pass. And then watch Laura Van Tilburg working it right here on the break, going back and forth with Summer Smith. She picks that one in off of the glass, and a good one there for Laura Van Tilburg as the Weslaco Lady Panthers win by a final score of 55-23. All right, so congratulations to Coach Griselda Fino, Laura Van Tilburg, Angela Villarreal, Summer Smith, everybody on that team. They had just an outstanding year, and good luck to them as they move on into the playoffs. Let's take a look at another district, 35A, and that one still really isn't decided. We know who the district champion is, but who the other 3 playoff teams are going to be, that's still to be decided.
Yeah, right now, tomorrow, when this comes out, on Thursday, it looks like we're going to have a battle between Economides and Sherryland at Sherryland, with the winner playing Donna on Friday at Juarez Lincoln. So there's a lot of different things to it, but let's just say this. Economides needs to win to get in. Donna's got a chance to, they got a chance to watch and scout. So they've got a very good advantage, with them. And they've beaten Sherryland twice. So Sherryland's been beat twice by Donna. Sherryland's has beaten Economides before, and Economides is split with Donna.
So who are the teams that are in this tournament to decide who the other 3 playoff teams are going to be?
Well, it's just those 3 teams. You got Sherryland, Donna, and
so they're all in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Just going to try to figure out what the seeding is
going
to be.
Actually, they're fighting for the last 2 spots.
Oh, the last 2 spots then.
Yeah, because Edinburgh North.
So it's Edinburgh North. There we go.
Yeah,
Edinburgh North. Okay.
So sorry about that. But yeah, so right now we got Vela and Vela at first, Edinburgh North at second, and they're fighting for 3 schools fighting for 3-4.
All right. Well, Donna did secure a victory this past week as they beat Juarez Lincoln. It was a good game. Of course, Lexi Williams with another big game. And let's take a look at those highlights, and then we'll hear some comments from Lexi Williams and Coach Cromer after the game.
Some great shooting early on for both Donna and Juarez Lincoln. This is Ashley Bell for the Lady Huskies, and she knocks down the three right there. Donna now from the outside. This is Marina Martinez for the Bravettes, and she scores 2 points there. Now it's good defense for Donna. Lauren Williams steals it and then, yes, lays it in. 21-16 Donna in the third quarter. Lady Huskies didn't give up, though. This is Bernice Salinas working it on the inside there. But this was Donna's night. Lexi Williams hits the three-pointer, and then another bucket right here off of the miss for the Bravettes, and they win it by a final score of 45-21.
Is your team ready for a three-team tournament then?
They're ready to play. I mean, we did a little better job on offense tonight, so I'm pleased with our effort on defense and the way we finally found the basket on offense. So,
Do you feel like they're playing at the right time to go into this little playoff tournament and make a run in the tournament?
I think so. I mean, we have to be. It's we're not perfect. I think this will give us the energy that we need. It depends on if we draw a bye or not. But hopefully things will work out for us.
All right.
Yes, sir. If we didn't win, there went our road to playoffs. But as of now, our team, we capitalized. We made sure we came out strong, and now it's preparation for playoffs. I know we're about to go into a tournament. We have a three-way tie for third place. So 2 out of 3 teams are going to be coming on top, and hopefully our team is that team.
All right, so stay tuned or log on to 956sports.com for highlights of those games that will be taking place with Sherryland, Donna, and Edinburgh Economides, and we'll figure out what happens and what goes forward in the playoffs. Let's move on now to 32 4A, because the first time in 29 years, the Mercedes Lady Tigers are district champions, and once again, it was a good combination of some good guards and of Somervento once again, the 6-2 post for the Mercedes Tigers. They lost against Roma, but they were able to beat Mission, come back like true champions, and win that game, and now they're district champions.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got to see them earlier in the season, and they beat a 5A team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've got the talent to beat 5A teams. They've got the size and the speed to hang just about with anybody. And, I'm not saying that they were probably overlooking Roma, but, sometimes you kind of lose the horizon, and start looking a little bit further. But they came back and they played well against Mission.
Yeah, they played against Mission. They won that game, a big game for Somervento, a big game also for Crystal Cardenas. Let's hear from the coaches, or let's hear from the coach, and let's also hear from the players who today we sent Darren Henderson over there to talk to them to see how they feel about winning the district championship.
So how's it feel to be district champs?
Amazing.
Was all the hard work worth everything?
Yes.
How great is it to get a district championship for you?
Oh, it feels wonderful. It's a different type of experience. So, we're excited to have it, and we're hoping to continue going strong.
Were those 5 a.m. mornings worth winning that trophy there?
Yes.
5 a.m.s, are they worth it?
Oh, definitely. We try to work as hard as we can at whatever time we can because of our facility. So, it's definitely worth the work.
I think the memorable moment was when there was like 30 seconds on the clock, and then they were throwing in the ball, and then our crowd started standing up and cheering for us because they knew we'd won the game.
The last 30 seconds, we're just looking up and we have the lead, and we're just looking up at the board waiting for the time to finish, and everybody's just cheering, and we won the game.
I had the ball, and I was just smiling, trying to stay away from everybody so they wouldn't trap me. I just wanted time for the clock to run out.
We ran off the court to our team.
Me and Krista hugged each other.
The last 40 seconds, me and Brandy were like, "I got you." We're like, "Okay." And buzzer rang, and we just ran over each other and started hugging each other.
And you ran to the sideline to the rest of the team?
I ran straight to them, and I just started jumping up in the air at no one really. I was just so happy. I was just so happy. Yeah.
How proud are you of these girls for putting up with those early morning practices and all of that?
I don't think I have enough words to, to explain myself how proud I am of them. It's been so hard and so long that, all that hard work they put into it, it pays off in the end. And, they've always given me 110%. So, of course, we have our days, but it's like any other team. They are kids, they're young, so we've learned a whole lot. We're hoping to continue.
We are the Mercedes Lady Tigers, and we are district champs.
All right, so congratulations to the Mercedes Lady Tigers. Moving on now to 32-5A, and it was a very, very close battle for the district championship here. It looked like early on Harlingen South had, the opportunity to win it there. Brownsville Veterans was also in the mix, but it's the Harlingen Lady Cardinals once again. Nora Samaripa, we've been talking about her for years and years since my days over at Channel 4. I mean, she's been the head coach there, and she was able to put it together and win another district championship for the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, once again, she's got the top spot. Last year, she was the reason that the program I'm in got knocked out. But she's back at the top. Brownsville Vets got second place. And we've got a tie right now between Harlingen South and Los Fresnos. They're going to be playing for the third and fourth spot. So it's not as complicated as it is in 35A. You win and you get third place, lose and you get fourth.
All right, so we'll take a look at the playoffs. It'll be 32-5A against 31-5A, so there'll be some good matchups there. We'll see where Weslaco lines up with the Harlingen Cardinals lineup. So log on to 956sports.com to find out all that information. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking boys basketball.
We need to cut a commercial for the Paint Auto Group's Automotive On Demand program. Most car dealers have a gorgeous young lady in their commercial.
That's a great idea. We need one too.
Be right back.
She can tell people how to check out all the videos on the makes
and models that the Paint Auto Group has to choose from.
Ta-da!
You have got to be kidding.
Not sure that's what I meant by gorgeous.
Shop 24/7 at thepaintautogroup.com.
Regardless.
She will get attention.
Welcome back to the show, sponsored by South Texas College, Paint Auto Group of the Rio Grande Valley, and McDonald's. We have some breaking news as we tape the show here tonight. Jake, take it away. What's going on at Sherryland?
Well, Sherryland Pioneers, the brand new high school, the new 5A school, going to be in 31-5A, has picked their new coach, and it's Jason Wheeler, currently of Port Isabel, formerly of Hidalgo and Los Fresnos, longtime assistant with Scott Ford.
Yeah.
And he'll be taking over Sherryland Pioneers.
Yeah, and I think that has a lot to do with it. If you take a look at Jason Wheeler's resume, I don't have it in front of me, but anytime you worked with a coach, you've been over there with Coach Stumball over there in Port Isabel. They went 3 deep into the playoffs. Then you're with Coach Scott Ford in Hidalgo. You learn the system. You're a good assistant coach, so he's probably going to be a good fit there. But I think just his assistant resume had a lot to do with why they chose him.
Yeah, if you looked, most places he's been has been very successful.
Sure.
He brought Hidalgo back. He was part of the program that brought Hidalgo back into the mix. Port Isabel, he took over when they lost their coordinator, and he's just a very good fit. Now, nothing against the other coaches, because I really had heard that it was going to be Coach Tom Lee. But you know what? Congratulations, Coach Wheeler.
Yeah.
It's a great job.
All right. Congratulations, Coach Wheeler. And look for that story on 956sports.com. All right. Going back to basketball now, and we're talking boys action. And it looks like as we look at 35A, Edinburgh North still at the top there. But have they clinched that district championship?
No, it looks like they have. They beat Edinburgh North has 1 loss, whereas Sherryland has 2. And Vela now has lost to Donna and to both Edinburgh North twice and Sherryland once. So it looks like they've locked that spot up. Donna's the last seed.
Yeah, absolutely. And Vela and Sharyland, once again, another close basketball game. They played, in December. We had a chance to do that game. It was won at the buzzer by Ryan Garza, and another close game, but this time it's Sharyland that comes out on top.
Yeah, and it was a big game. Jesse Pistocachi did not play because he had a sprained ankle against Palmview, so he was out for 2 games. And they came out firing. It was a very close game, but this was a little bit different. It looks like Sharyland got the edge in the end.
All right, so let's take a look at those highlights. Vela versus Sharyland from Tuesday night. Sharyland versus Robert Vela High School. This game taking place at Vela High School. This is Corby von Rosenberg hitting that one from way downtown. Then it's more Sharyland right here, walking the inside off the glass. Jose de la Garza, yes, the possible 3-point play as he goes to the line. Watch now as the SaberCats handling the ball. This is Ryan Garza, and some nice passing here by the SaberCats, working that ball around, being very, very patient till they find the open man, and finally they will get it right here. As they work the ball around, shooting from outside, Hector Ruiz, he hits the 3-pointer. Then Sharyland, Brandon Garza, the 3-pointer there, and it was Sharyland beating Robert Vela High School by a final score of 84-81. All right, so moving on now, and another big game in 35A was Donna versus Juarez Lincoln, and the Donna Redskins hadn't. But now they have made the playoffs. They hadn't been to the playoffs in 10 years, Jake, but they're able to put something together. George Garcia, another good game for him, another good season, in fact. And also Anthony Gonzalez for playing great basketball for Coach Zeke Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good season in 35A. There was a lot of competition up and down. I'm very surprised. I'm very happy for Donna because, this could be the first year that they get their girls program and the boys program in at the same time, which would be a major accomplishment for them.
Yeah, and Donna's playing some very good basketball right now. We've had an opportunity to do some of their games live, been to a lot of their games, and they're thinking that they can make a little run here in the playoffs. Bring home a bi-district championship and maybe contend there in the area round.
Well, that's the thing. 35A, for those of you who are just kind of catching on to how the playoffs work here, we go to 25A. So we go to Laredo area. Laredo area has usually been murder's row for our teams. Most years we get one team in, to go to the second round. However, 29-5A isn't as potent as it has been in the past. So they'll probably play somebody like, and I have to look, but Laredo Alexander, one of those kind of teams like that.
And they can compete. They got some size in the middle with some big boys there. So we'll see what happens to the Donna Redskins. But first, let's track back and let's take a look at the highlights. Donna and Juarez Lincoln.
Donna with nice passing against Juarez Lincoln in this game. Watch it as it goes around here. And finally, they'll find Ruben Arembide, and he's able to score that one for the Donna Redskins. Later, more Donna. This is Adam Gonzalez, and he will pass it to his twin brother, Anthony Gonzalez, then around his back, and then back to Adam, and they score it there for the Donna Redskins. Later, George Garcia, watch the nice pass inside to Arembide. He puts that one off of the glass. The big man looking good there. George Garcia is spectacular once again. He hits the 3-pointer on that play. And then later, watch again from way downtown, Garcia. Donna is in the playoffs for the first time in 10 years, winning 57-42. And head coach Zeke Rodriguez gets the Gatorade bath after the game. And yes, there was ice and water all over the floor, but it didn't matter because the Donna Redskins were celebrating a big win after their victory over Juarez Lincoln. Final score once again, 57-42.
All right, Coach, how does it feel to finally go to the playoffs?
Man, it's a great feeling knowing that we got in after tonight. The boys have played well. They've been playing well for the past few games, so I'm excited for them, and it's an exciting feeling.
Were you expecting the Gatorade bath?
I was not expecting that at all. I know it just happens in football, but they got me. I wasn't expecting it at all.
How'd y'all do it, Coach?
Defense. Defensively, we've turned it up defensively the second round, and that's what got us to where we're at right now.
It feels really good. We feel really accomplished because, Coach had instilled in us that every time we practice, we're going to make the playoffs, but we didn't want to look forward to it until we get game by game. And,
he said that it was a defensive mindset that got you guys to the playoffs.
Yeah, we just worked really hard on the defense. Coach couldn't stress enough that our defense is going to win games, so we just come out ready to play, and he can't stress havoc enough, which means to cause destruction, and obviously we caused destruction on them.
You feel like maybe you guys can make a little run here in the playoffs? 'Cause y'all are playing pretty well right now.
Yeah, our goal is to get in the playoffs, but it's not going to end there. We're trying to go farther in. You know, we want to go by district champs, and we want to go farther, Sweet 16. Yeah, man, yeah, dog, you know what I'm saying?
That was good, man. It was good. I mean, been the first time in 10 years. It was great, you know. I mean, make it in football. I mean, we wanted to make it a basketball tradition, too. Because everyone says Don is just a football town. It's also a basketball town. I mean, to me, it feels good.
How'd y'all make it happen?
We just work hard. Every day at practice, we don't take practice lightly. We work hard each and every day. We're trying to get better, and hopefully we get by district.
There was one more piece of work left after the game, the shaving of the beard of assistant coach Eddie Epperson. He told the kids, make the playoffs and you can shave it off. So they did.
All right, so the Donna Redskins, good luck to Coach Zeke Rodriguez and the rest of the team there as they move on into the playoffs. The Roma Gladiators, this is a team that has come up with some tough competition here as the season is coming to a close in 32-4A. A big win against Rio Grande City, and then a game, Jake, that I was at this past Friday, and it was the game against Mercedes at Mercedes. Now, this is a long trek for them to travel. They have to come all the way from Roma, about maybe an hour and a half drive. You're in a bus, maybe even longer. So it doesn't go 75, 80 miles an hour the way we drive. So they get here, they're tired, but then they played that second game. The girls upset, the Lady Gladiators upset the Lady Tigers in that game, and then it was the boys that came up. They were behind in the entire game, Jake, but then they came back and they were able to win it in the final minutes of the game.
Now, I've had the pleasure of playing with a bunch of guys from Roma. Roma is, for as much as Texas is a football state, Roma is a basketball town. So they grow their players out there like most people would love to grow offensive linemen. They grow basketball players out there, 3-point shooters. So they've got a long pedigree of great players. And look, when you play basketball that long for all those years. Mm-hmm. You know how to win when it comes to the fourth quarter.
When you go to the gym over there, when you go to Roma Gym, you see all the banners on the wall. They went to the Final Four back in the 70s with Chuy Guerra on that team. That was way back when. And they did it again with Coach Escobar. I was really impressed, Jake. They were behind maybe 10, 15 points throughout the third and fourth quarter. They slowly climbed back into it. When they were close to about 7 or 8 points, Coach Escobar would call a timeout. He'd call a timeout, like after they make a shot. He'd bring them together, get them in the huddle, and just try to motivate his team, keep them together. And that's what really sparked this team, and that's how they were able to get back into the game and win the contest. Coach Escobar did an excellent coaching in that particular game.
Yeah, it's funny because, he lives in Edinburgh, drives all the way to Roma. So, there's some determination, it's a lot of work to get up in the morning and drive that far. So, and to drive and go to Mercedes, come back, and then drive again. So, look, you give it up to a guy like that. I had great chance to talk to him one time in line at Best Buy, and the man knows his stuff. The man really knows his stuff.
All right, well, let's take a look at the highlights. Roma versus Mercedes from last Friday night.
Mercedes and Roma played in a low-scoring game early on. This is Aaron Ozuna off the miss for the Tigers. The Tigers led 17-11 at the half. In fact, they led most of the game. It was 43-41, though, as Roma battled back in the fourth quarter. They were trying to score right here. The Tigers, but Roel Garcia slips and travels. He bounces that one in, and we're tied 43-43. It goes into overtime, and that's where the Roma Gladiators win it by a final score of 49-46. They remain in first place in 32-4.
Test 1, 2, 1, 2, test. Y'all were down in the entire game, but y'all came back here in the final minutes. How'd y'all do it, Coach?
Well, you know what? Roma is known for basketball championships. In order to fight adversity, you got to find a way to go after it, to go as a team. And I told them, you know what? Second half, it's not over. You got to play till the last buzzer sounds. And if you're going to be representative of 32-4 as the district champion, you got 3 more games to go, but this one is right now. And you got to fight with everything you got.
All right, Kiko, y'all were down almost throughout this entire game, 10, 15 points. How'd y'all come back and do it?
Well, we came up with a slow start with turnovers and no fast break. And Coach gave us a halftime speech. We had to play defense, and that's pretty much what we did. It got us the win, and we didn't give up.
The coach was telling you guys, trying to inspire you guys in the huddle. What was he saying to you guys?
Hey, do you want to share a district title? Hell no.
So that's what you were thinking throughout the entire second half?
I don't want to share the district title. 7 years in a row, baby.
All right, so a big win against Rio Grande City. Now a big game against Mercedes. Are y'all going to win district?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so congratulations to the Roma Gladiators. We're going to take a break right now. You're watching the show on 956sports.com.
We need to cut a commercial for the Paint Auto Group's Automotive On Demand program. Most car dealers have a gorgeous young lady in their commercial.
That's a great idea. We need one too.
Be right back.
She can tell people how to check out all the videos on the makes
And models that the Paint Auto Group has to choose from.
Ta-da!
You have got to be kidding.
Not sure that's what I meant by gorgeous.
Shop 24/7 at thepaintautogroup.com.
Regardless.
She will get attention.
And welcome back to the show, sponsored by South Texas College, McDonald's, and Payne Auto Group of the Rio Grande Valley. I'm Carlos Robledo, along with Jake Berry. In 32-3A, the Rio Hondo Bobcats, the girls team, the Lady Bobcats, winning a district championship over there. A good job by Coach Robert Jaramillo. And once again, when you have that size at the smaller level, which the Lady Bobcats do, it proves to pay dividends for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because, most schools don't have, 5'11" girls. And they're very, I had a chance to see them scrimmage earlier in the year. They have a very talented young team that can really shoot the ball, and also they've got size that you have to contend with.
All right, so for more on the Lady Bobcats, let's send it to Darren Henderson, who went to Rio Hondo to find out what's going on with that team.
We're the Lady Bobcats of Rio Hondo. We're going to regionals.
I'm Robert Jaramillo. I'm head girls basketball coach here at Rio Hondo High School. This is my 6th year, and this will be the 4th year that we make the playoffs. It'll be our 3rd district championship in the last 4 years. We've had some success, yes. We've had a little success in the playoffs as well. If we are on our game, we should be in the regional tournament. It's kind of lofty goals, but I know the team I have, and I know what I've seen out there, and we can get there. We're carrying 3 seniors, all 3 start. There's a couple of juniors that also start, and then on the bench we have 4 sophomores.
Now, before we started this interview, you were telling me you only have 22 kids in both varsity and JV.
Yes, there's 22, maybe 23 girls, but that's for freshman, JV, and varsity. So our numbers are really low.
Does that trouble you?
It does. It does trouble me somewhat because unlike some other schools that have big numbers, if one of my girls gets hurt, I don't have the players in the sub-varsities to pull up and replace those girls. So we're one injury away from disaster actually at this point.
I think that having a big group would be better because it gives him more selection for each team. Yes, a small team, we're really close, but it would be better.
We have 2 captains. My daughter Natalie, she's a senior, and Andrea Rodriguez, she's a junior. And on occasion when one of them isn't there because of injury or illness, Victoria Aguilar steps in as one of our captains.
I'm Natalie Jaramillo, and I'm number 15, the starting guard.
Well, she's one of these kids that has played for us since she was in 2nd grade. She's grown up playing basketball. And we were real excited with this senior group as they were coming up because really all these girls that are on this basketball team have been playing for us since 2nd, 3rd grade. And so we were excited about this senior group when they were coming up because we knew that good things were ahead for us. Andrea, she's another one that came to us when she was a 3rd grader. I had the good fortune of coaching all these girls when they were little. And she came in pretty much knowing absolutely nothing. But by the time she was in 4th grade, she had picked up the game. She was a year-round basketball player, and she has been a year-round basketball player since the time she was little.
Okay, show of hands. How many of you guys have been playing here all year long?
Yeah, they play in the summer league in McAllen, or actually in Edinburgh. And the majority of these girls don't play volleyball, which also helps us, since we don't have the numbers. It helps that they don't play volleyball and they can focus on basketball pretty much year-round.
I'm Victoria Aguilar, number 30, and I'm a post. It's a different type of game where you have to be, it involves mental and physical, and I believe it's like a great way to release stress, and it's really fun.
What qualities do you look for when you decide who's going to become a captain for your team?
Leadership is one. Obviously, they can play. But leadership is one, and the two captains that I have, I wish they were a little more vocal. They're pretty quiet, but they do lead by example.
I actually thought I was pretty vocal, to be honest.
Well, I like the fact that we've gone from 5 teams, which is what we have now, to 8 teams. It's kind of hard to find games, non-district games, when you're such a small district. But the realignment just put us back to where we were a couple of years ago, because it's the same 5 schools that are in the district now, plus Rio Grande City, Gruya, Raymondville, and Zapata.
All right, so that's the way things end up in 3A action, 32 3A action for the district champion Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. Let's talk realignment. We talked a lot about realignment on Monday night. For those of you all that maybe didn't get a chance to tune in or log on and see what's going on, it looks like 31-5A is going to be one of the tougher districts of the Rio Grande Valley. Jake, that's the one with the 2 Sherryland schools, Rio Grande City, and Roma. Those are probably the 4 teams, maybe the 4 teams that might be playoff bound, but it looks to be a pretty tough district.
Yeah, you got a team in Vela who was coming on strong in 35 this year, and next year in that new district, I mean, they're going to look pretty well because they were a young team this year, mostly juniors. Now they're going to be seniors, so they're going to be very veteranized. I guess
Sure,
would be the
absolutely.
word. And so you got teams like Sherryland, them. You've got teams like Mission Vets. I mean, what do you do? I mean, Coach Gilpin knows how to coach, and then Rio.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a tough district, 31-5A once again. The old 4A now moving up to 5A because we now have the 6A as well. And speaking of Coach Gilpin, props to him kind of stealing the headlines right here, because what he was able to do, what happens during this realignment happens, not only do you get your new district, but you start making your non-district schedule. And what Mission Veterans and Coach Gilpin was able to do, set up a game against Odessa Permian. That's right, the team from Friday Night Lights. If you read the book, or if you watched the movie, or if you've seen the series on TV, Mission Vets is going to travel up to Odessa Permian to play a game in week 2 of the 2014 football season.
Yeah, and it used to be that Coach Gilpin and Mission High would also play in the South Texas Classic, and they would bring teams down. But let's just say the competition wasn't as stiff as what he's going to be facing come this first week of football.
Sure.
So I mean, it takes a lot of guts to go up there, and I give him props.
Sure, absolutely. And what he wants to do is he wants to test his players. He wants to see where his players lie when he plays against some stiffer competition. Harlingen did that similarly a couple of years ago. They played against Abilene up in San Antonio. So it's not that it's new, that unusual. It's just that it's different because it's Odessa Permian.
Yeah, and he's going to their home.
Right.
So it's not like he's going to a neutral site. He's going to their house.
So it'll be very, very interesting. The 2014 football season, of course, still have basketball, baseball here for the spring season, but football season seems to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Starting off with that game. All right, for Jake Berry, I'm Carlos Ruedo, Darren Henderson working tonight. We'll see you guys next time.